of business opportunities, focusing on increasing expenditures to minority and women-owned businesses within the city to further the city's economic development and vitality. In addition to all of that, and most importantly, Cavell is a dedicated husband and father of 5 beautiful children who we're honored to have as our guest as well today. So, please join us in welcoming to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I was impressed with that bio. I didn't realize that was so well written. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Kind of don't like this little area here. I feel like I'm not with you guys, but I'll make it work. I want to say shout out to Empower Mortgage, Noble Title, our sponsors, Fallon for putting this together, and all of you for showing up today when you heard that I was a guest speaker. That means a lot. I was a little bit concerned that nobody would show up, right? Who wants to hear what I got to say? But I'm familiar with a lot of these faces here. A lot of heavy hitters, a lot of people that do very, very well in the business, a lot of people that's been in the business for a long time, and a lot of people that put in work. So any one of you could actually be here today instead of me. So definitely I appreciate you taking the time to come and hear me say a couple of words. Fallon tricked me a little bit when she invited me to do this. She just sent out a message, hey, I like what you're doing. I'm putting on an event for real estate agents and I would like you to be a speaker. So I'm like, sure, I can do that, you know. I've been on numerous panels before and, you know, line of speakers and things like that. So I'm thinking it's me and a couple of people. Had no idea. She didn't even send me the flyer. None like that. Luckily for my good friend here, Miss Claudine Ellis, she called me up like, hey, is this for real? You got a speaking engagement? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you the keynote speaker? I'm like, hold on. I don't know anything about that. And then she sent it to me. I saw my picture and I was like, okay, I might need to put together a speech here. So I had a little bit of time to think about what I wanted to say. But, you know, for the most part, this day is really more about you guys, more so than me, and highlighting, you know, you guys as visionary in the industry and stuff like that. But in my experience, a lot of times people always ask me, Cavell, what's the secret? Like, how can I have longevity in the business? How can I do well? You know, like what it is you're doing, tell me. And, you know, I would always tell them, you gotta really master the basics, master the fundamentals. Just be really, really great at the basic things, nothing else. They're like, no, that's not it. Give me something else. What is it? There got to be more. But there's really not much more, and all of you could attest to this, right? I mean, simple things like answering the phone, right? Showing up on time, you know, doing your research, making promises and keeping those promises, right? Putting in the hours, working harder than the next person, right? You know, because you're selling a service, but you're mainly selling yourself. We all want repeat business. We all want referrals. But we can't be out here, you know, doing it halfway or half-stepping and expect us to get an above return investment on that. You know, we can't be wanting to make more than a person that's clocking in and clocking out as far as a 9 to 5 is concerned, but want to make 6 figures. You know, it's hard work. You got to put in the work over and over and over again. Do the boring stuff, right? Speaking of basics, as you heard in the bio, prior to moving to Virginia, I used to live in Boston. So in June, I went to an NBA Finals game, Celtics versus the Warriors. and I'm watching the game, well, the pregame. Everyone is warming up, stretching, doing those things, and I realize the exact same drills that these NBA players is doing prior to the game is the exact same drills that my daughter at the YMCA is doing at 5, 6, 7 years old, right? What's the difference between them and other players, or the difference between them and the 5, 6-year-old kids that's in the Pee Wee League and these other leagues? They just master the fundamentals. That's all it is. They're going to stretch, regular passing drills, regular layups, nothing impressive. They didn't do anything in that pre-warm-up, pre-game that I never seen before. They didn't do anything that wow me or anybody else with. But they get paid millions of dollars, right? Because they master the fundamentals, and they have the ability to not just do it there on the pre-game, but to wake up every morning, right? Go to the gym, put in the work, lifting the weights to get stronger, to stay stronger, eat right, right? Like all of us here, mind, body, soul, we're supposed to be wanting to eat right. We're supposed to be wanting to work out. You know what's a good benefit of working hard and actually eating right? Kids, close your ears. Good sex, right? We all want good sex. When is the last time you hang from a ceiling fan? Go ahead, try it. You know what I mean? It's fun. I'm telling you from experience. I got 5 kids, I'm telling you. It's fun. You should be proud of the work you put in to get the results you want. Say what? Think about it. How many times we go to these home inspections, right? And the ceiling fan is wobbling. It's not a coincidence. I'm telling you. People hang from ceiling fans and curtain rods. Yeah, but that's another story though. But you know, my point is there's a lot of benefit from eating right and working out. You are more excited even in those things. There's benefits from that, right? You're going to want to do it with the lights on. Like, a lot of people don't want to do it with the lights on. Do it with the lights on. I'm telling you, it's fun, it's different. It's different. Do it. Try it. You know what I'm saying? But in order for you to do that, you got to be confident. You know what I'm saying? How are you confident? Working out, taking care of yourself, eating right, being proud of the way you look. Lights on, lights off, it don't matter. You know, a lot of times it might be like, hell, not really, but it's not by accident. Anybody is successful, they're not successful on accident. You don't just wake up and be successful. You got to put in the work. And all of you here are hard workers. But guess what? We could always work harder. And then we're going to get to the point where we work harder and smarter, right? And everybody has their own different style, their own different way to do things. Spend some time with yourself, right? Get to know who you are, right? When you are dating someone, you're getting ready to get married, whatever the case may be, how do you get to know that person? By spending time with them. A lot of people don't spend time with themselves, right? Me, I enjoy spending time with myself. I enjoy alone time. I have a crazy household, right? I got 5 kids, a beautiful wife. Then I'm a broker of a mortgage, not a mortgage, sorry. I'm seeing the mortgage side, I'm thinking mortgage, but of a real estate company, right? So I'm always in service to people. I'm always in service as a dad, as a husband, right? As a leader, right? So at 9 o'clock, I'm in the office. Sometimes before that, I'm there till 6, 7, 8. You know how that go, Mike. You know how that go, Claudine. all of you put in the hours. When you go home, you with the kids. So the only time I have it myself is early in the morning. I gotta wake up before the kids wake up. The kids getting up at 7, right? You know what time I wake up every morning? 4:30, sometimes 4:45, right? Going to the gym at 5:15. I was at the gym this morning at 5:15, worked out. I was back before 7. 7:15, I was swinging from a ceiling fan because I need some energy. But, you know, and it was daylight. It was daylight, so the lights didn't need to be off. You know what I mean? But you get the point. You have to go ahead and put in the work, right? And it's very, very important that you get used to being okay with doing the things that other people wouldn't do. You gotta get really, really disciplined and consistent. Every day is a battle. Every day is a battle with the mind. The reason that is because the mind will always take the easy way out. The mind always takes the easy way out. And you have to consciously make the decision to do the hard things, to do consistent things. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's actually normal, right? We are trained to fight or flight. We're not trained to go in to conflict. You know, we're not trained to go into battle. We only train to do that if it's necessary. So you have to do the things even when it's not necessary, so that way you can not be normal. Nobody wants to be normal. Well, in some aspects you do, right? But really and truly, at the end of the day, nobody wants to be normal. If you like being normal, you wouldn't even want normal service when it comes to you having maybe a life and death situation. Let's say somebody run into a situation where they need a heart transplant, and you at Norfolk General Hospital, okay? And they come in and they say, hey, you need surgery. It's really bad, but you can make it. Luckily for you, we have one of the best surgeons in the area right here attached to Norfolk General. However, he's on vacation, right? We can't get him right. But we got this guy, he can help, he's okay, right? He's okay, right? We're pretty confident that he can make the job. You're not gonna be laying in the bed like, yeah, give me the okay guy. That's when your hard work pays off. Because depending on how much you have earned, the amount of work you have put in, the amount of connections you have, the name you have for yourself, what you have done up until that point, or what the people around you, your family have done up until that point, they can make that call and say, hey, no, you're on vacation, I'm not dealing with second best. Can I survive until tomorrow? Because I will wait until tomorrow for the best, right? Everybody wants the best, right? So try to always be the best. That's it. There's nothing special. And you don't have to be the best 7 days a week. That's the honest truth, right? I can show you she's talking about Apple Watches and Fitbits and stuff like that. You know, I have an Apple Watch. I'm not wearing it today because I wanted to wear the bling a little bit, but I have an Apple Watch, and I have an app on there that shows you the amount of sleep you get when you go to bed, when you wake up, the whole 9 yards. Really cool. It's called Auto Sleep. If you don't have it, download it. It's amazing to me how it knows exactly when I fall asleep. I still haven't figured it out. You just go to bed, it tells you when you went to bed. And I'll try to go to bed at the same time every day. If I go to bed before 11 o'clock, it's green. If I go to bed after that, it's yellow. But after 11, it's yellow, and after 12, it's like red. And I always try to get those green marks. I don't always go to bed at 10 when I try to go to bed. Sometimes at 11, 12, whatever. But if you look at the month, usually I have more green than any other color, which means that even if it's 60%, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do more than I'm not doing it, right? So I'm creating a good habit. Same thing during the week. You don't need to have a good day every day, but at least 4 days out of the 7 days, you have a good day because you're hitting your goals and you're doing things. That's a great week, right? The next week might be 5 days, but if you're only having 1 or 2 good days, that's a problem. On a daily basis, 8 hours in a day. You don't need to have all 8 good hours, all 8 productive hours. You can have 4 great hours, 5 great hours. Like, Honestly, even from a 9-to-5 standpoint, I do it with my staff all the time. Sometimes I feel like I'm too lenient, but like 8 hours, you can get a lot done during the day in 8 hours. And if it's 6, 7 hours into the day and the work is done, we know it from the military as well too. They would promise you to get up early and you never get up early, right? They always find more stuff to do. No, if your day's done, you're good to go, you move on, right? And before I wrap up, I just want to leave you with a couple of ways and a couple of words that I use as far as my guidance to life. I call it, the 5 P's to success, right? First P is preparation, right? Which is a lot of what I was talking about. You always got to prepare. Prepare for tomorrow, prepare for next week, pretty much plan, and then go after it. Don't let up. Go after it. Which is the next P is pressure. Apply pressure. Always apply pressure. Always, no matter what, apply. And also put yourself in situations where you're uncomfortable, right? I had no idea what I was doing. I had a little bit of idea what I was doing when I was starting my brokerage. But it was in the middle of the pandemic, right? It was in the middle of the pandemic. Started with 7 agents. And, got a storefront, got staff, got the whole 9 yards, right? Have no clue if this will work or not. But I did know that I wanted that representation. There was no other brokerage at the time that I felt was representing what I wanted to create. So I needed to go and create it on my own. And I went out and I do it. Now I have about 65 agents, right? Within 2 years. August last 2020 is when I opened my brokerage, right? And that's just from doing the same thing every single day, right? But that's pressure. That's pressure. There's a lot of times I paid my staff, paid the bills, and didn't pay myself. Big shout out to my wife. She was very patient with me. She put up with me. She would look at the finances, and she'd be like, I believe in you. I believe in you. I was like, I'm glad you do, because I'm scratching my head, like, what did I do? Which is another thing, like your partners, your teammates, other people you surround yourself with, if they are not up to standard, they are not doing what you need to do to help you get where you need to do, feel free to cut them off, right? So that was preparation, pressure, potential. Live to your full potential. Everyone here have a superpower. If you spend time with yourself, you'll know what that superpower is, and then you can exploit that. Lean into your strengths, and then kick your weaknesses. A lot of people focus on the weaknesses too much. I know what I can do, and I know what I can't do, right? I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing what I can do. I spend a lot of time doing what I'm good at, right? And I really, really lean into that. And the stuff that I can do, I'm blessed enough now to go ahead and bring in people to delegate to do those things, right? I'm not good at getting down into the trenches, into the nitty-bitties. I'm a global thinker. I'm always looking for the next big thing, right? So I get bored. Every 3 or 4 years, I got to do something else. I got to add something. I got to take on the next business challenge. And once that is up and running, somebody come in and I'm moving on to the next thing, right? That's why I only did 4 years in the military. That's why I only did 4 years in the military. They really wanted me to stay, but I already know exactly where I would be at in 20 years. Why would I stay somewhere where I know when I would? Shout out to all the people that retired and spent 20 years in the military. None against that. It's hard to do. It's very, very hard to do. And I know because I was there and I appreciate your service. But the way I'm wired, no. I just couldn't do it for 20 years, right? So that's what? Preparation, pressure, potential, peace. Protect your peace, right? Protect your peace. Make the decisions. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Make the decisions that would put you in a position to go ahead and excel at your craft. Do the things that you need to do, right? Even when it comes to your partner. In the very beginning, when I was an agent, it was very, very tough for my wife to understand that, yes, I have to be on my phone all the time. Yes, I got to take phone calls. Yes, I got to work late. Yes, we can't go on vacation right now, but we can go next month. You know? No, we can't do that. Yes, I'm taking a call and ratifying a contract on date night. It was tough. You know, I felt bad a lot of times, but now I'm in a position where I'm not doing those things anymore because I can delegate people in the right position. But in the beginning, it was very, very tough. Now, had she not been able to make through those times, who knows how that might achieve it. But she was. That's why it's important to pick the right partner. I guess that could be another P that I didn't have on that partner, you know? So, did I miss any? I think that was it. But once again, though, just want to say thank you very much for coming out. I hope I said one or two things that you remember, except the ceiling fan, right? I know you remember that one, but it was a true pleasure being here today, saying a few words for all of you. Congratulations. We're in the midst of a market that's changing, and it's going to take a lot for people to sustain the market and ride this out. For all of you that's concerned about the market right now, if you're experienced, you shouldn't be concerned. If you really work your sphere of influence and you stay connected to your people and you stay true to who you are, you should be happy. Because a lot of people who is part-time, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they're doing this on the side, they're going to fall off to the wayside. Cream of the crop going to rise to the top, right? So Claudine is shaking her head because she knows she's been in the business a very long time. And the market goes up and down, up and down, up and down. But it was due for an adjustment. The previous market was very, very unsustainable. Yes. Very unsustainable. There's no way that could have lasted. So you knew this was coming. It's here now. Welcome it. Continue serving your clients. Add value to them. Always add value. And you'll be surprised. A year from now, we'll be in a totally different market. And you're all glad that you hung in there. And, you know, one of you could be having this speech next year as a visionary. I'm almost certain that one of you probably be up here next year. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.